Hello and welcome. I'm so glad you're here. It's Jensen from Soft Edges, and this is your pick a card reading for the solstice that we are entering on the 21st of December 2025. Here are your piles. I've already pulled the cards. So you'll choose this little creature. You'll choose a mushroom or the bones, or 2 or 3 or whatever you feel called to do. I'm just going to give you a moment to tap in with your intuition, and then we'll get right into the readings. I'll have timestamps for each of the groups. The focus is on the darkness that you've experienced up until now, where you can reflect on the last year, and the light. So what you have to look forward to, as well as like some little messages and guides from some animals that want to come through. So before you pick a pile, just taking a deep breath. Rooting down. Ooh. And letting your heart guide you at this time. So thanks so much for listening to yourself and giving yourself just a few moments to check in. I'm so excited, and I hope this resonates with you. So if you chose this little character, this is your reading. So first we have darkness, and we have the gingerbread house. And what I'm getting from this is that I think I'm hearing that like over the past year, you've really like pulled your energy back in. You've been tempted in some way, or you felt the need to go within. And I think that's been fantastic. There's something about like intuition having the opportunity to grow. But because this is in the darkness position, there's 2 things I'm contemplating. One is, how have you been like so stuck in your own world that this is like, it's comfortable, it's safe, you feel really good, but it's almost to a fault. Like now that you've become complacent or lazy and feeling like you are not, like you don't want to take action because there's just, look at the roses. It's just, there's beauty and there's softness here. But I'm getting a sense that there's like something looming, and that by being in the gingerbread house, you're maybe ignoring something that you're needing to face. I also heard that because the smoke is billowing out, that there's an energy of like burning the candlestick at both ends. It's like you are experiencing this comfort and this downtime, and it feels really, really good. But also you're really thinking about like, I should be doing this. Like you're shoulding yourself. I should be doing this. I could do this, but I don't want to. Or like you get invited out and then you spend so much time thinking about, well, I don't want to. So how can I get myself out of this? And that's just created a lot of tension and stress in your life instead of being able to like fully relax. So the darkness that you might be experiencing is one of comfort that's gone almost too far, where now you're in like temptation and indulgence, but in a way that's like no longer nourishing you the way that it once was. In the reflection position, we have bow and arrow. And there's something about this as like, when I think of bow and arrow, I think of 2 things. One is bow and arrow as a tool to get what you want, to shoot for the stars, to shoot for a goal. And it also makes me think of what is your skill level around using a bow and arrow? So that's where it's worth reflecting this year. So maybe reflect on, where have you been putting your time and energy? Do you know how to use the tools available to you to get what you want? How have you used those? How have you not used those? How have you been like, I'm seeing right now this like bow and arrow sitting in the corner of this gingerbread house, where you've just been like looking at it instead of going after something that, again, we talked about like comfort, almost to a detriment, where you're not nourishing yourself anymore. And the bow and arrow as a tool to help you nourish yourself. So really reflecting on how do you move forward, trying to like contemplate how to get what you want. What do you need to learn in order to use this bow and arrow to be able to like shoot your shot and just get it on the first try? Next, in the light position where it's like, what do you have to look forward to? We have the 9 of Wands in the reverse. And it's so interesting because these wands really remind me of the wands that have been used to like keep you safe and like are surrounding you. And I'm getting the sense of like in the light position, what you have to look forward to is being able to finally face what you've used to protect you. And the 9 of Wands is a card of like on the way to burnout, on the way to exhaustion. But in the reverse, it tells me that through contemplating where you are learning how to use this tool, whatever that might be for you, not necessarily a bow and arrow, but like the bow and arrow as an archetype or as a symbol for a certain tool that's available to you. And the light position saying you get more clear about where you want to put your time and energy, because you're realizing that you don't want to use all the different tools you have to shoot like, 9 different things. You want to get it on the first try. But what that's going to require is like, I'm seeing, look at this truth card with the 1 wand. So what that's saying to me, and like take a leap of faith too. Like, let's work with these together. So what I'm getting from this is there's really some like faith required for you to come out of your shell, out of where you've been really comfortable, to finally hone in on what it is, that like one thing that you want to focus on. And really, because you'll know this by like really tapping into what is my next step? What is my next goal? What do I want? Because we're about to enter the dark of the winter and heading into where the seeds are like, resting, but also like getting their roots started, right? This is going to require, in order, so what I'm seeing right now is like, look at the way that like this wand, and like this could be the top of the wand like this, right? Do you get what I'm saying here? Is I think that you might find that by nurturing just one thing, it really starts to bloom when the time comes, And you're like, holy shit, I didn't realize that by just focusing on one thing, coming out of my shell, really like getting my aim really clear, I'm able to know what to put my energy into and where to focus. And then it starts to unfold. And again, it takes time for you to sit with your truth, right? And then having the courage to go towards what it is you want. Grasshopper is such a spirit of summer energy. Like, they make a lot of noise. And what this is saying to me is like, while you like nurture this this truth seeking that you're doing this winter, by summer you start to see the fruits of your labor, of the reflecting in this area, of the recognizing where you've been closing yourself off, and now it's time to come out of that. This is such a sweet reading to sit with over this this darkest night. And I'm really noticing too, lots of like browns and greens, so really earthy. I'm just hearing right now, like, this is a great opportunity for you to get grounded. But again, like, not in a way that it's like so grounded that you like stay so firmly rooted that you're comfortable and you don't want to leave. Like, be able to like expand beyond that. Be able to know like that you're rooted down, but also can spread in order to like work with this and to hone in on the craft that is finally time for you to bring forward. This is what I'm seeing for you, group number 1, with this little character. Let me know if it resonates, and thanks so much again for being here. Hi, group number 2. If you chose this sweet little mushroom, this is your reading. So in the darkness position, we have Grimoire. And again, this is so funny because group 1 also had like the extra cards that are in this magical creatures deck. So it's so funny to see so many of the extra cards come out. And what this is saying to me is there's something about the Grimoire that right away I got. The darkness that you have been experiencing is related to like your ancestry and the stories that you've been telling yourself, or the stories that you believe about yourself and your life and what you're able to achieve and do in this life. Like, I don't really like the word achieve and succeed because that looks different to so many people and can be quite triggering. But when I read what's on this, I hear like dream, wild and free, the feel of the magic. Spell to be glowing individuals. Like, that's so beautiful. And there's something around the darkness that you've experienced this past year is reliving and really experiencing and noticing where you have self-limiting beliefs or stories that were passed down to you that just are not serving you. And I do get a sense that you've been having to like look at these things, right? Like, where before you would have like closed the book this year, you're like, it's time for me to spend some dedicated energy understanding the stories that I've been telling myself and that make up my ancestry and my lineage that just are not really for my best and highest good anymore. In the reflection position and related to this, the 7 league boots makes me think of like the journey. Like, you are now, there's a reflecting energy on, I think you're ready for this journey, right? Of this journey through healing. And again, I'm saying healing because the star is in the light position of like what you have to look forward to. And there's something here around like spirit is like, we're here to go with you on this journey as you explore these self-limiting beliefs, these stories that you believed about yourself and your family and like how your life has to be lived. Yeah, there's something I'm hearing right now too about if you have been tempted to like slip on the 7 league boots and take this journey, it's now time. I think you've been thinking about it and you've been reflecting on it. And like group number 1, you are like viewing these boots by something that's in the corner that is like not haunting you, but spends a lot of time. You spend a lot of time glancing over at to understand like, I hear this call. I should be maybe heeding this call. And you felt maybe resistant. And it's coming to a time where either you're taking the journey or the journey deepens in some way to help you better understand your purpose, your meaning, and the healing that you have available to you. Not only you, but like everyone in your community, your lineage, your family. In the light position, so what you have to look forward to is the star. And this is so beautiful and so dreamy. And this really tells me that through this reflection, through this ability to know that it's time to put the boots on and go for the journey, that the healing you experience is so tangible and moves quite quickly, you know, and the star is typically ruled by Aquarius. And what that makes me think of is other people and our communities. Like Aquarius is the collective. So I'm feeling into what you have to look forward to is not only healing in yourself, but you start to attract other people doing this kind of work. And then like the people around you doing this like collective healing and like consciousness raising work that really nourishes you. I'm getting too with like, I'm really being drawn to like the fact that this is ruled by Aquarius. The C is like the characters that you start to call in that are kind of like offbeat, but that like through, and what I mean by offbeat is like people that you maybe wouldn't normally spend time with, all of a sudden start coming into your like worldview. And there's so much healing available to you and to your community and to others through this. I'm getting like 2 of Wands energy. Is through connecting with these people, you start to see something available to you that you had no idea was like even a possibility for you in this lifetime. Seeing is also something that's done not only through the eyes, but I'm getting like really third eye energy and like in your body. Like, how do you see the right people to spend your time with, the right people to go with to do this big work, the right like mentors to call in? And and I love like the pig spirit, use your mind wisely. Instead of like stressing about like, well, how will I know about the right people and how will I know like that I can take on this work? Instead of just like worrying about how this is all going to come together, the use your mind wisely with like this like when pigs fly energy is like the unexpected is available to you. And instead of worrying, the use your mind wisely is actually like, how do you start like switching the script of like, yeah, maybe it wasn't available to the people before me, my ancestors, my parents, my siblings, my aunts and uncles, my grandparents. Like, it might not have been available to them, but it's available to you. I'm hearing right now that you might get some pushback by people in your lineage, and they don't need to understand what you're doing in order for you to do it. Because you're such like a sensory person. You're really like community oriented and really a feeler. And your found family is going to be able to like hold you in all this. If you're finding that like your actual family isn't able to do that. Yeah, again, I'm hearing like I have to emphasize like when you start to notice that you're reeling about like, well, how will I do this thing? And how will I get the community? And how will I get the right people and the right work? And instead of that, like stopping the script and being able to be like, I'm calling in the right people to do this work. I know that these people are right around me and available, and that I will see them when the time is right. This is really like expect the unexpected energy. And I kind of love that, and how honestly healing it is. I love imagining this too as like the potential person. Like, okay, this is one of two things. For some people, this will be you, this like really offbeat character, and how you're, okay, I'm getting too message right now. This could be you as in like, you're doing all this work that seems really offbeat, and like your family is just like, what are they doing? How dare they go against the script? How dare they go against the story? Other parts of your family will like ignore you and pretend you're not doing this. And instead of worrying about that, remember that you're supposed to be doing this work. And then other parts of you, this is like your mentor, right? It's like this really offbeat character who comes in when you're just like, how do I do this? How do I embark on this journey? And then in comes this character that you wouldn't normally like go towards, but you have this like knowing that this is the person that's going to help you transmute lifetimes of energy, generational energy, right? I love this so much. And I'm seeing a lot of like pinks and reds. So like lots of heart-centered work, and like this like blue is making me think of having like the confidence to be able to speak into existence, the things you want to manifest, the people you want to bring into your life, and to like live into your individuality. And B, just being able to really honor yourself through, again, the voice, because it's blue, throat chakra, and how healing it's going to be to your heart. I love this. This is exactly what I'm seeing for you and your solstice contemplations. I hope this resonates. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you on the other side. Hi, group 3. If you chose this little bone charm, this is your reading. In the darkness position, you have hourglass, and this energy tells me that you have been feeling really stressed about like time, as in like, I'm wasting time, I don't have enough time is running out for me to do the things I want to do. This is so stressful. It feels like, if you work with planetary energies at all, this feels a lot like Saturn energy, like Father Time, and this like reprimanding that you're probably doing to yourself around what you think you should be doing or should have accomplished up until now, without noticing that there is like growth available, and that like you have been doing so much work on yourself, on others. And you are in this period of time of like pause. I'm seeing there's like this gap, right? Like there's this, it's not running right here. Like there's this standstill. And it feels so uncomfortable because you're like, wait, I'm out of time. Why is this like stopping? And instead of it feeling like all of a sudden you're getting this pause, this reprieve, and more time to be able to do stuff, the pause actually feels super uncomfortable for you. In the reflection position, we have the Knight of Coins. And the Knight of Coins is so sturdy and stable and is looking towards the future. And again, it's moving really slowly. This could talk a lot about this essence of like time and Oh, wow, this is like a really cool picture too, right? Like, look at the way this energy is moving like this. So what this is making me think of is the things that you're doing are meant to take time, right? The Knight of Coins is so steadfast and reliable, but it moves much more slowly than I think a lot of us want to be moving, but is so supported. Look at just like his companions and the wisdom available and the way that, like, I'm gonna call this like the universe and like people, I'm getting like ancestors are supporting you. And like this character has the eye on the prize. So how can you turn this like stress about time into, I've been really steadfast. My eye has been on the prize. And yes, it's moving at a pace where I'm not getting swept along by like mudslides of energy that comes like bursts. And some people are just like having these breakthroughs and maybe you don't feel like you're having that. But like how consistent you've been showing up for yourself in your dream, in your life. There's something here too about like reflecting on how you've had to like let your armor down a little bit in order for you to continue to do this and meet this challenge of like pursuing this prize, right? This goal that you have. So it's worth reflecting a couple things. One is, who are your companions? Who's with you? Who's supporting you? It's really important for you to notice now who is with you as a guide through this time. If you haven't been able to let down your armor, this is a good time to just be like, it's okay for me to soften a little bit, to go heart forward. Like, look at the way his, like, I'm hearing like heart song. His hand is on his heart with this like instrument. So like heart song. How are you following your heart song towards this thing? Are you following your heart song towards a thing? And also remembering who not only do you have as a companion, but who as like spirit teams, spirit guides are available and like waiting for you to ask for some guidance if you're feeling stuck. The light part of your reading, like what you have to look forward to in this upcoming year, is the Fool. And this is really exciting. There is such a transition from like this creature only focusing on this to then kind of, how do I want to say this? More of a fuck it energy. Like, I've been following this path for so long, and you might feel like you're coming to the end of what's known. But the Fool is like, I'm going to go anyways. And look how supportive the Sun is. And the Sun always makes me think of vitality, like having the like energy to be able to move into the unknown. Because I would say that the Knight of Coins is really reliable and steadfast, but because it's like is of the material world, it really wants like tangible results to know that they're doing well. The Fool is just like, I don't know what's next, but I know that I have to keep moving. There's something about the Amanita mushroom too. So if you have a connection to like Amanitas, I would look into that. I don't have a resource next to me while I'm doing this to be able to look that up. Oh, I'm seeing it right now. There's a deck, the herbal astrology cards, where I believe the Amanita mushrooms is called Conduit. I could be wrong. But like conduit as in like, how are you connected to like the unseen, right? Like think of the mycelium, how it's connected to like so many different things. How can you understand that you are but a conduit of like a little part of like a big journey, a big web? And then all you have to do is like trust and take the step forward in order to do the thing, right? This is so exciting. I love this for like energy moving into the year. I also love these little messages of like wonder and rabbit. Now is your lucky time. I think like in being able to reflect on how you've been moving steadfast and how you felt really stressed in that. And then maybe there's like this, like, I have to let go of how I thought things had to be on a certain timeline. In letting go of that, how can you live in more wonder? And the magic that's in wonder and like not understanding how it's all working, but just there's a trust and like a playfulness and like a childlike energy to wonder, right? And with the rabbit spirit, now is a lucky time. I think that is so reassuring to know that when you take the leap, you're going to be so supported by these, again, unseen realms. And how can you be in wonder of like, wow, I didn't know this could be this good. I didn't know this could work out. And yet still it is, you know? I love this reading so much. Let me know if it resonates. And I hope that it really, there's like a slowing down in this too. Like something around like trusting the cycles. Like how can you understand and move more with like the cyclical way of the earth? I love that so much. That is what I'm seeing for your reading for the solstice. Thanks so much for being here. Let me know how this resonates. Good luck, and I'll see you on the other side.